This afternoon, a newlywed couple came to town. They were looking for a place to spend a couple of nights. That young bride, she was very pregnant. Do it any moment. I don't have any room for them. But I let them use the barn in the backyard. I hope they're going to be okay. It's going to be a very nice night out tonight. A person may think it'd be nice enough for a king. We went to a party tonight and we just got home. It's after midnight. I checked with the couple. Their child was born. The father said, "He shall be called Emmanuel, Jesus." What a name is that for a child? If I'd only known that this young couple was going to be trouble, I may not have let them stay in my barn. In the middle of the night, I heard trumpets blowing and heavenly voices singing, "Joy to the world." A party was being held in my own backyard. Oh yeah, I remember a knock at the door and them telling me I was invited. But seriously, would you get up in the middle of the night to sit at the foot of a child? And his guests, shepherds, common people. But with all this heralding going on, you would think he was a king. I had a lousy night's sleep. A bright star was shining through my window. It was so bright the curtain could not even contain it. And my dreams? I kept seeing the child as an adult. The pain, the humiliation he would suffer. 3 times I heard him ask me, Do you love me? Of course I do, I would answer. Then he smiled at me and he said, "Feed my sheep." While getting out of bed, my thoughts jumped to the sheep and the shepherds in the yard. Yeah, I just was hoping those sheep didn't eat all the grass in the yard. My cows need to eat too. But as I threw back the curtain, there were more people in the yard. Camels and magi from the Far East. It looked like they were giving the baby gifts. Great. Maybe the couple will be able to pay for all the mess they're making in my barn. This morning, the party in the backyard, it finally broke up. First, that dang bright star, it finally moved off into the heavens. Then those shepherds, they all left to go tend the sheep that they left in the fields. And then finally, get this, the 3 kings rode off on their camels. All those guests. But you know, I couldn't find one blade of grass in my yard bent over from hoof or foot. In the afternoon, I went out into the barn to check in on them. There was plenty of food left over from the party. We chatted for a few minutes, but then they asked me, "Would you tend our donkey and keep watch over our belongings?" They needed to go to the magistrate to register for the census. The census, that's what everybody's in town for. Rather harshly, I said I would. Then I turned my back on them and ran into the house. Why? Truthfully, I'd gone back out to see what was special about the baby boy. And I gazed into his face, his eyes opened. He smiled at me, the little smile from a baby king. That smile, it sent waves of joy and peace through me that I started to shake. no joy, no peace should be so easy to obtain. I had to run. This morning, there was a knock on my door. I wasn't sure if I should open it. I didn't want to open it. Enough craziness has happened in my life in the last few days. I really didn't need any more. Cracking the door open just a little bit, I saw the young couple and the child. They were standing there before me. My eyes went to the baby's face, so cute. Then to the father's face. I could tell there was something different between them, but I was rather uncertain what it was. There was a radiance coming from the boy. But the man, his face was filled with sadness and fear. As the man felt my gaze on his face, he hung his head. He sighed, and with a crack in his voice he whispered, "He has his father's eyes." My eyes went to the baby's face, and again I was overwhelmed. Throwing the door wide open, I said, "Come in, please come in." For now I understood this child was the Messiah, the one I've been waiting for all my life. The child wiggled in its mother's arms. The mother and the father, they just stood there. "We've come to settle our bill with you," the father said. "We have to move on towards Egypt." Now it was my turn to hang my head. It was my turn to sigh. After a moment or two, I knew they needed to get on the road, but I wanted them to stay. With tears streaming down my face, I told them, "Your debt is paid. This is my gift to the King. Happy birthday, Jesus. This one's for you."